just double the crutch. Double Trouble Live with twice the mess. Double Trouble Live, no stress, just yes. We got high takes, bad breaks, and 0-2. Double Trouble Live, coming at you for the thrill. Oh yeah, Double Trouble Live.
Now offered at the Great Race Place. $3 late pick 3 featuring the last 3 races. $5 late double on the last 2 races. Both with a player-friendly 15% takeout. Every race day at Santa Anita Park.
DTL Crew, everyone else watching, welcome back. It's been a minute to do an exclusive Santa Anita show. Happy to be back for the late pick 3 and the late double low takeout wagers at the Great Race Place. Obviously, it's been a little bit of a ride with the Kentucky Derby prep races, and then, of course, the Oaks and Derby Friday and Saturday. But you know, while the kids are still resting from all the festivities, the grown-ups are still up, firing away at the low takeout wagers. I am Frank Scattoni, and I am joined by my co-host, the chief gambling officer of Double Trouble Live, none other than the great Ciaran Thornton.
Yes, Clarence here, or Ciaran, or Cialis, or whatever other name people call it.
Hey, at least you're not the one who shall not be named. At least you have a name.
That's my new name. Voldemort is what I'm going to call that clown going forward. So that's just every time you hear me say Voldemort, you'll know which jockey I'm referring to.
Yeah, for those who don't know from yesterday, didn't watch the show or whatever. First of all, we're recovering from a great Derby. Congratulations to Cherie DeVoe and her team and Golden Tempo for running a monster race yesterday. First woman trainer ever to win the Kentucky Derby. It is a historic moment for the sport, and she deserves all of the accolades she's going to get in the next couple of weeks. Ciaran gave out the winner right on the show. He helped me pivot. I had Golden Tempo as my 4th choice as a B. I ended up upgrading the horse, had a nice win bet on the horse, was alive. This is the beauty of this wager, Ciaran. $3 late pick 3 yesterday.
Oh, huge.
I was alive. We were both alive in the last race. I was alive for $1,600, but I was also alive to the 2 for $20,000 on a $3 bet. When was the last time a horse player was able to say that, like in the late pick 4, for example? Rarely happens these days, but it happens now.
And I mean, I still see the uneducated on X complaining about my handle's down. But I've gotten tired responding to these people, telling them my handle's up. I don't know what they're looking at. I mean, I don't bet sucker bets anymore, and my handle's up. You know, we do exactly what you did. You had that huge score on Friday. We churn in these fantastic bets, get our money back, a little profit, and then every once in a while, home run. I mean, that's what the game's about.
Well, you know, Ciaran, you talked about I don't bet that much anymore because the CA, whatever, they're ravaging the other pools. That was us. You know, we started the show at Del Mar, and we said the same thing for months. Like, our handle had gone down. You tried to remedy that by playing in a lot of tournaments 2 years ago. Then that value kind of went away too, and we watched ourselves not betting as much as we used to. And then all of a sudden, these bets came, and once we started to figure out kind of how to tie them together and wager them properly.
Yep.
Our handle up.
Fantastic bet. And even at the CAW homes, Oak, Franklin, and the Kentucky tracks, it still pays more. Even with them ravaging the pools and not having, like Churchill and Keeneland not having the $5 double. So it gives the ammo to those guys. Even then, it still pays more, which should tell you it's a great bet. And when you go to player-friendly tracks, my word, the edge. I mean, what is it? Yesterday it was 40 or 50% more just on the win parlay yesterday. I mean, can't shake.
Yeah, we were looking at something like I think what was it? Big City Lights was like $3.40 or something to win, and it still paid pretty good. But actually, I got off on a sidetrack. I was going to say, for those who don't know or didn't see the show or whatever, Ciaran owns a piece of Gold Phoenix with Little Red Feather, and the horse is a superstar. The horse is a legend. Went to Churchill yesterday, and look, we won't belabor the point. I don't blame Ciaran for being a little sour today. I'm sour. Horse Rabbit was running a great race and then just had tons of trouble. I
had that double for a lot of money, Frank. My son's college tuition. I mean, I'm not joking. It was big money.
I know. People don't know that you fired away, so it's not a.
I mean, that was a $1.4 million. He cost the partners $840,000, Frank. And people going, he might not have caught rhetorical. He would have run him down and won by a nose. That's my, just like he did in the last race. Give the horse a chance. We'll see who's on it next. I'm gonna be petitioning for Jaramillo to get on because everyone else has had their shot, and why not put the hottest jockey in Southern California on Gold Phoenix, man? We'll soar with that dude.
From the threats of Venezuela.
Well,
he's burning down the track tonight.
Well, I mean, we've got a little bit of time before we looked. I'm alive in the all turf, and you too, right, Frank?
I am. Yeah. Why don't we let's put the bets up so we can talk about that a little bit. We didn't go on for the all turf today, ladies and gentlemen, because for some reason that's unbeknownst to us or above our pay grade, they kicked it off in race 3 today. And as much as I love Ciaran, the thought of doing a 5-hour show with him after Derby was not that appealing, to be honest. So here we are, just for the late pick 3.
I was not looking forward to more of this.
Blah 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 blah.
And having to hear about his book for the 50th time this weekend. I mean, too bad your book's not even being published. You can't even buy that thing, can you?
I
suppose I could get it for free.
Secret stash. I put one up on eBay every couple of months, and it goes for like $1,000. So so rare.
I'll just have Claude steal it for me and write it out for me. And improve on it. There we go. And improve on it. Although, what's funny is the video with Mark's probably out there so much that when he improves on it, he's going to add Mark's chapters into your book.
Right. You're gonna Claude and say, tell me what's in chapter 3 of 6 Secrets of Successful Bettors. And it's going to be like, bet the matrix. So that means when your A horse runs second, your B horse loses, and your C runs first at 50-1, and you don't have it.
We're kind of similar, but kind of not, Frank. I'll just read you my notes. I read it before I came on, so when I went through and I did it. Number 2, resolve. Voldemort rides for Powell, has run 2 seconds, second, 3 in a row. We kind of mentioned how Barrios was not just yesterday. He's running second a lot for Mullins horses too. And I mean, I thought he'd run second again in that 5-horse field. He ran 4th in 4th. So my ticket, I wasn't brave enough to totally toss him because my stubbornness on jockeys has cost me money over the days. But let me put mine up here. But I did. I was all about our guy Jaramillo. So I singled him on 2 tickets that I'm alive to. So I got a single with a huge spread in the next leg, and then my top 2 picks in the last, and then a single with my top 3 choices and a spread in the last. So I like where I'm sitting. And yes, you read that correctly. I have a 30-1 horse as my top pick in this next leg. So we're gonna have to see if I'm crazy or not.
Well, you are crazy. We know that, but crazy like a fox. That's why you're so good at what you do, because sometimes I'll look at what you come up with and I'll go, no. But there you go. One thing real quick here on at some point, it looks like Mike Whalen said that you put up your all turf twice and you failed to put up your late pick 3.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah, so why don't you get that going, because we're going to talk about that, and I'll put up my all turf just so people can see what I am alive to. So yeah, I used Hey Jesse in the first leg along with the maiden, and then on my A ticket, and so Hey Jesse won, and then on the B ticket I did use Resolve, but only for $18 because I've seen that movie a million times, and really wanted to try to beat that horse. Then I'm 8-5-10 in the middle leg, and then 5-1-4. I went a little caveman-y there because I think those races are very, very tough. And if you played along with us before, you know that Ciaran and I like to, we call it's handcuff, but we call it handcuff these bets together because we view them as a whole, and these are parts of a whole. So our ticket strategy is often set up where we can be alive on multiple tickets going into the last leg. You could use more horses in the all turf and then be skinny in the late pick 3, or vice versa, and then come back in the late double. So we kind of tie them all together. We handicap them together. And I felt it was okay to go 8-5-10, 5-1-4 because I came back and I did some other stuff in the late pick 3. So there you have it.
Your point as well, Frank, what people don't realize as well, we do not expect, and many times do not, win all these bets. The whole idea is we just need one of them to hit because the pays are so good, and we're giving ourselves more bites of the apple. But we also have similar picks on all the tickets. So if our tight stuff is right, it probably means it's going to pay lower, or we're going to have it multiple times. So that's the way we found from doing the show for the last 9+ months. This is the way, and I know for a lot of people when they do a bet, they expect to win every time, and we expect to win every time. But for these bets, the way we structure it, we assume we just want to hit one of them.
It's more about strategy and ticket construction than anything else. That's a great point, Ciaran, because there's still some pushback and reluctancy about the high minimum, right? Because people assume that they're going to go 3x3x2, which is how they play the 50 cent. And now when they're doing it for $3, it's going to cost them a lot more money. No, you cannot play these pick 3s the same way you play the traditional pick 3s. They're completely different. And a lot of people get that now, but some people still don't.
I mean, if you're one of those people that does the 3x3x3, but the reason you're doing it is on the second ticket, 2 of those horses are in because it's a 50 cent. You come back and you go, okay, you're still going to kind of do it, but you're going to use your top horse in the first leg as a single, then use those 2 crazy horses in the second one. That's how you need to get. I mean, that's what all the algorithm guys do when they do their programs. It's multiple different types of tickets that nets them a profit at the end. So, I mean, in this era, we got to kind of think like those guys as well while we're taking their money.
The CAW, yeah. But yeah, so my point is, if you're out there going, I love the 50 cent pick 3 because that's within my bankroll and I can play a lot more horses. Look, that's fine. But my advice to you would be,
Brent, we yapped along. We've got 4 minutes. We should look at some of the will pays and see who's the favorite into the first leg of the pick 3 and the middle leg. We got 4 minutes here.
Probables, you mean, right? Probables?
Yeah, probables, yes.
All business today, Ciaran. I love it. Keep me on point.
I'm just looking at the pick 3. The pick 3 is different than the odds here. The pick 3, the favorite is the 4 at 598. The second choice is the 7, who's the current favorite at 724.
Are you looking at the will pays in this leg or going forward?
Pays into this leg, and then I was just going to look forward. So looking forward.
Yeah. Right now, the 7 is the favorite on the tote. So start with the 7.
7 into, in the next leg, it's going to be 4 at $18, 8 at $22, 10 at 34. And then it starts going up there, and the other horses are kind of showing the same. 8 in this race. Yeah, I mean, it's the betting.
Let me put up your late pick 3 first. So here, who are the horses in the next leg that are like what? Rank them in order of favoritism.
Going off the 7, we got at top position the 4.
Who you have? You have on a backup ticket. Okay.
The 8.
Who you have on 2 tickets, so that's a strong pick for you, okay?
And then the 10.
Who you have on a backup. So you have the 3 and the 7 on your A ticket, and those are not taking money, but one of them's 30-1, right? And
one of them's 30-1, and the other one's a pretty big price as well.
Yeah,
so
okay. So
I'm not surprised at all that they're. And I will say that this next race coming up, Frank, it's another one that we've talked about it sometimes. The favorite's either going to win or it's going to be a crazy price. The favorite is won 39%. 74% of the winners have been under 5-1.
Right.
But the horses that do win as a price, the other 22% plus, 10-1 or more, which is why I was okay kind of taking a swing on some crazy prices in that leg. So, and I figured the 8 was going to be the favorite in the next leg, so I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, the 8 is my top pick. If you see, I'm 8, 5, 10, 3, 7, 1.
Yeah, I mean, and then I could not use the other Phil. I mean, you got to use every horse Phil has, no matter who's riding, what the odds are right now. His barn is firing left and right. Yeah, I mean, number 4, Ricky for Carl, it drops in class. I kind of use it on a backup, but, you know, if you ask me in that next leg, Frank, if I had to single, I would say I'm singling the 8, if that helps.
I'm going to change that a little bit because I had the 4 as like, that was the last one I cut off on my B ticket. But what we do on this show is we look at the tote. We look to see which horses are taking money. So I'm going to throw the 4 in on my B ticket, Ciaran, just because of what you said. Right now, the 4 is from the 7 in this leg to the 4. That's the favorite double combo going forward, right?
Be lucky, Jaron. Right now,
3, 7, 1, 4. 12,
7
12, 3, 3.
double right now. 7 to the 4 is paying $19, and the 7 to the 8 is paying $23. Now the horse.
Well, the 8's my top pick, so I'm good with that. But let me just show you what I did real quick.
The horse
go ahead.
And that's also the horse that's favored. I was saying the 4 in this race into the next leg just to see. Again, the 4 is the favorite. You know, using the will pay pick 3 favorite into this race is the 4.
Right.
So the 4 into the next leg. 4 is paying 31, 8's paying 41, 10's paying 42. So.
All right. So let me show. Yeah, I mean, Jay. I quickly saw Jay's comment. F the favorite in the next leg. I agree. But look, we do the show in real time because we want to use up-to-the-minute information. And I don't need to be a hero because if you just look. So my late pick 3, 8, 5, 10, that's my main opinion. My B ticket was originally 3, 7, 1. I just threw the 4 in there because Ciaran's telling me that horse is taking money. That horse is live. I knew that, but I didn't realize it would be that strong. I'd much rather try to beat the horse, but I don't have to be a hero either, right?
And who was it that said toss the favorite in the next leg?
I think it was Jay. Let me
I will say enough times that this move that who should be the favorite caves the Phil horse. This is a classic Phil move that we're seeing happening.
Yeah.
6.5 on the flat, went wide, and now Freshu hops on, et cetera, et cetera. And especially with the way Phil's firing right now, that I would not. If he's talking about the 8, I would not.
No, I think he's talking about the 4 because it's
the 4. Okay, yes.
But no,
okay.
but it's now it's Ciaran, look, it's plural favorites. So
Yes.
Jay, now you got to clue us in. Which favorites are you talking about, and who are you using? Ciaran, what about the other Phil, number 5, Queen Kimby?
I mean, I had to put it in, even though
she is a shot.
Kamora is kind of down on the thing. But I mean, second off the layoff, all Phil horses are live. I mean, you can't.
Kamora won 4 races yesterday.
Especially when he puts 2 horses in. You know, simple as that.
All right, they're loading in the gate for race 6. We don't have any action here, but we use the info going forward. We're going to watch this race. We'll come back, and then we'll start getting heavy with our late pick 3 and late double combos. Good luck, everybody. Did you? I forgot to even ask. Did you have anything in that race? Any opinion? Anything? Nothing.
No, I saved my ammo for the low takeout bets. And I mean, it's laser focused. Whatever track does it, I'm betting them.
Well, we had a really, really good show. After the Gold Phoenix race, we kind of regrouped. A lot of good information. People won money. It was a really, really good show. But I was talking to Terry about it last night, and we had not just us, but the whole DTL crew. There were a couple of people in the chat room who I think probably, Ciaran, gave us in the show the biggest compliments we could ever get. They said, it was two people. They stopped playing rolling doubles, exactas.
Yep.
They only play the bets that we do on the show, and they are winning more money than they ever have in their life. And I was just like, oh my God, our messaging is finally starting to get through.
We had someone on Twitter go, I think the handle was Joe. Thanks for the shows this weekend, guys. I had a little in one ADW and played only the DTL races. Pretty
Yes.
good. And then a flash of the account. Beginning balance 81.49, played 347, won 885. You can't shake
I
a stick
saw
at
that. The DTL crew, pat yourselves on the back because, we cannot get the word out to the horse. This is a horse player show. We gamble. We like to have fun. But, and you know what? And it's okay if you want to do some action bets, if you have other stuff going on. That is nothing to do with us. You do you. But on this show, we like to do the retail player friendly bets because these are the best bets for men and women like us who aren't interested in necessarily going up against the computer players. So I just thought that was so cool, and I'm really proud of what all of us have accomplished. So, okay, Frank off the soapbox. But no, seriously, DTL crew, that's amazing. We're changing things, or at least we're opening up eyes, and we're winning money. So, Ciaran,
Yeah.
Jay was talking. I think Jay's had too many $3.50 beers out there in Nebraska, or maybe last Sunday half price.
Does
He had the
anyone
ball.
know if Portnoy's in town? Because all the early money came in on the Grays over Bays, the number 10.
And that's not even his horse, but he never met a great horse he didn't like, huh?
But all win money. Hammered on the open on that one. And
We've bet that horse before on this show
we have.
a couple of times. Yeah, a horse is a
What?
big shot. I mean,
wow, Frank. So I'm looking at the pick 3. Absolute dominant favorite on the pick 3. The 4 at 882. The next highest pay is the 11. The 11 at 1100. That's shocking. Then the 8 at 1363. The 10 at 1400. The 6 at 1900. Like, I did not see the 4 taking that kind of money. Let's see if they adjusted in the double. Nope. Well, kind of.
Well, that's why I threw the 4 in, because you told me the horse was getting hammered.
So the 4, 59.20, the 10, $60 on the double. So, and then the 8 at 50. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. The 8 is the favorite on the double. They came back and adjusted on the 8, which is what the one I thought would have been. So the 8 could be a hedge for them, or they have the 4 enough times where they need to make sure they cover the 8. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I might have to add the 11 on my backup because, again, I have the 11 as a B, but I have like 10 Bs. So I added the 4 to my backup. If I add the 11, right, because you said the 11 is like second choice, right?
But my notes for the 11 were first time LASIK slow. But we do know when they get the juice, they're loose, you know?
Yeah, and it's a drop, right? I mean, this horse was running against much better horses. That's the Ryan Hansen horse, right?
Yes. And 90 days away, he's 1 of 75. First time LASIKs, he's 1 of 46. Yeah, I'm okay with him beating me. Simple as that.
Well,
although I will say the best race was on turf in the debut, going 5. Ran second, but kind of faded. The last race, 5 furlongs on dirt, faded in the stretch as well and did absolutely nothing. But
yeah,
it was a long shot race.
It's weird that he's using Camacho Flores. I mean, that's a low sal jock who never wins on this circuit. he usually use like if he's going to use an under the radar guy, it's usually Escobedo who's his main
and
man.
And that's who rode the horse.
But that could be like a smoke screen, right? Like a little like, oh, the horse isn't live, but really the horse is live. Just don't fall off.
Yeah.
4, 5, 15. I'm just adding because I'm going to put up another revised bet here. I am going to use that horse on my B ticket because I had the horse as a deep B, but based on the money the horse is taking, I am going to use him. Ciaran's going to take a stand against. That's fine.
Well, I've got on one of my all turfs, I have so much spread in this race, Frank, on one of my tickets. So I'm alive on both my tickets, which is great. Hopefully I can get out of this leg. But on one ticket, I'm alive 3. I'm alive to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 on one ticket. That is tight to my top 2 choices in the last. And then my other ticket is 3, 8, 7 with a spread in the last. So I'm okay with that. 11, I don't think I can do that. But okay. It might come back and bite in the butt.
This is why we do the show. We're grown-ups. We make our own decisions, but we want to make our decisions using the most up-to-the-date information possible. I do not want to get knocked out of this leg. So here's how I ranked it, Ciaran. My A's are 8, 5, 10, and my B's are 3, 7, 1, 4, 11, 6. I had originally just done 3, 7, 1, but now you talk about the 4 and the 11 taking money. I added them. What about the 6? Don't tell me the 6 is taking money because I don't want to have to add that one too.
Took a little bit of money, but Frank, I just looked. Even though our form notes had Camacho riding, I just looked. Escobedo is riding the horse.
Oh, he is. Okay.
That's what's showing on the AEW.
The
early things are showing the other jockey, but I'm going to have to now pivot and use that 11 because it would knock me out of all my bets and I'd really be cursing. All right.
Before you pivot, can you tell me what you have on the 6? Because the 6 is 9-2, and that's my last B. I think I might have to throw that one in too.
My baby cakes, Jaramillo for O'Neill, debut with Sharp works, and Capital. However, O'Neill is 1 for 48 in the last 30 races. That's just shocking to me. We kind of talked about it, but
yes, we did.
He's kind of gotten from being on fire. He's gotten cold, but Jaramillo is staying hot. But when he gets on O'Neill's horses, they're not doing too well. I think Jaramillo's win percentage has actually gone down because he's been on so many O'Neill horses, which shows you how much Jaramillo is winning, and his win record is still up where it is, Frank.
Yeah, and O'Neill's been like you said, he's been very cold. He was winning everything in the other meet.
Are you using the 7? Because my notes on the 7, Sunny Creed, Frey for Mullins are 2 for 2. First time turf and Lasix. Frey knows how to win for Mullins, unlike Voldemort. So that's why I put the 7.
I do have the 7.
Okay.
As my second B.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I already have 2. I have a pivot. I have a pivot, and this is going to be my final pivot. I'm just doing the math. It's more than I want to spend, but you know what? I did okay yesterday, and it's Sunday, and this sequence could really pay if it comes in the right way. I mean, there are no standouts in these races. I don't think, Ciaran.
No. My pivot, I'm just going to spend $12 more.
I am going to hide that and delete that. And this is my new one. Frank, final L pick 3. Sorry, guys, but you know what? This is what you got to do.
It took too much money in the pick 3 and then in the double to toss the horse away. There's just money hidden there. So
yeah, we don't have to be a hero.
Other tickets live and get knocked out. And I mean, I've got a monster spread ticket in this leg, and I essentially have all but that horse in this leg. And if I got knocked out, I'd be like, "Are you kidding me?" So
well, right here's the thing, Ciaran. Like the way we play these bets is you kind of want to be alive in the first leg because then you have the double. That like, what if you get a bomb here? Then you can come back and you can play the double with the logical ones going forward or some long shots. So that's why we're doing this. It usually ends up working out, but you still have to have the horses, right? You still have to have the winner.
And then
I
my
gotta
pivot
go
is just
with-
it's a $12 one. I'm just using 11 with my top picks in the next 2 legs. Simple as that.
You can you put that up there?
Oh, right there.
There you go. Okay. So I added them to my. I didn't do like you with individual. I just added them to my original tickets. So let me show you my final. Okay, my A's are 8, 5, 10. And then after hearing Ciaran do a little pool analysis, 3, 7, 1, 4, 11, 6. Probably should have just gone all, but
Yeah, I debated that too, but then I was like, let me be a little strategic and see what we did, see what the money is, and then that makes it easier to toss ones that we're kind of considering or add ones you're like, maybe. This one's getting money, so we might be throwing $12 away. But as they say, follow the money. Someone's got money on this horse, hoping to scoop something. So I want to be part of it if he's correct and not have my tickets go.
And here's this, Ciaran, because we talk about being better at this. You told me like 3 days ago that you like the 3 horse as a wise guy long shot horse. You have to bet win money on that horse. I really like the 5 here at 10-1, so I'm going to bet win money on the other D'Amato, Queen Kimbe, who I think could easily beat the stablemate Caves. I'm shocked Caves isn't more of a favorite. I really am.
No, I am too, and I'm shocked it didn't.
That
get more
scares
money
me a little bit.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't understand why they're doing some of the stuff they're doing.
You fill with a dropper, and like the horse wasn't just ran. I mean, got well beaten, but was like running right with those horses, and now shortens up. So I think that horse is.
This is a perfect fill move. So second time Lasix, blah blah blah, maiden to maiden claimant. No one's gonna come in and scoop this horse. I don't think. We don't see too many of these horses get scooped out of these 50s and 80s lately.
Yeah, well, especially from a guy like D'Amato. I mean, who's going to claim off D'Amato? I mean, if Phil can't win at 50 with a horse, you're not going to win with 50. Maybe if it's a lower level, more of a lower tier claimer, you might think you can move a horse up. But there are certain trainers I would just never claim from, and D'Amato is one of them.
So that the next leg, Frank, I mean, yikes. That race you could bet all just to hope to get out of it. Like, holy smokes, race 8. I mean, I took a stand in the next leg, race 8, where, I mean, the favorite, the one Fighting Thunder, lost by a neck last out, top speed on the rail. Then we got Jaramillo on the number 2 for Palma, sharp work, and the Dam already has a winner for one starter, but then the rest of these horses, you could make an argument for a lot of them. I mean, I had to use number 7, our Danny Boy, because the pipes were calling, so I had to use that one.
Danny Boy, the pipes are calling.
You got Freshu on a Miati horse, and then you could go a lot of ways. You got Kimura on the 11.
What is your rank? What is your ranking? And then I'll tell you mine.
I went 1, 2, and then space. 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I gave a lot of horses a chance in here.
I see the race the same way as you, but in different order. So my A's are 10, 5, 2. And then my top B is your 1, but I'm 1, 12, 9, 7, 11, 3, 4, 8. I'm just playing the 10, 5, 2 on my A ticket. And then on my B ticket that's super spready here, I'm singling the 10 and just going to close my eyes and pray for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, I mean, that 5 was interesting to me, and I had a note for our show if we were going to do a show last week. Silicone Native, ships from Turf Paradise, Lasix, blinkers. I said maybe on a long shot ticket, but I had a note for the other show, and I never mentioned it. We're starting to see, and we kind of said this was going to happen, we're starting to see a lot of these horses come in from Turf Paradise, and they're not like they were before. A couple of years
ago. They weren't auto
tosses.
tosses.
No, they're because a lot of these horses, I mean, kind of said it. Turf Paradise is going to be the feeder for Santa Anita and Del Mar. I mean, we're kind of starting to see it now. I think we'll see a lot more next year. But these are horses going back and forth now. Like you said, they used to be auto tosses. Now you really got to give them a good look. And this is one of those be early before the crowd see it trend.
Yeah. No, and also look for that in turf races because
yes.
like Neil Drysdale sent a couple of horses over there to break their maiden because they don't run they don't run a lot of maiden turf races, especially going long. So he went over there where the horse could break the maiden, and then that opened up options for him coming back. So just keep an eye. Ciaran's absolutely
They have a
right.
very nice turf course out there. People have dissed it over the years for many reasons, valid reasons, but new ownership group, everything's different there now. So I would not auto toss. I would auto toss Turfway Park before I would toss some.
Not just because you can't win a bet there. Nick Severs is the king of Turfway Park, and I think Nick has joined us today.
You know how I would win at Turfway Park? I would start with this bottle full, shoot it all, and then just start picking numbers and colors and names, and I'd probably do pretty well.
Yeah, we had run up our shared bankroll to like $1,500, and then 2 days later, Ciaran gets on the show and he goes, can you make the community bets today? Because I spent all our money at Turfway Park the last 2 days and got slaughtered.
No, we spent it on our tickets because when you don't hit squat for like 2 weeks, that money goes, shoo. It's all about the churn. That's when we made that adjustment because we were trying to cover our cash bets when we were doing the communities. Remember that change we made where we're like, we should be doing these bets to win, not to hedge our other bets.
Correct. Exactly. Even if we have the same horses, play. So here, Nick, my wife's name's only pick 3, 4, 5. Your wife is named Queen Kimby or Icons Only? I'm not sure. Did I miss something there, Nick? But thank you for joining us. I know you had a busy weekend. Check out Nick on X. He's doing a lot of really good stuff. A lot of good content out there that's a little outside the box than your usual. So since Ciaran and I are outside the box as well, we like to support others who are outside the box. So thank you for joining us, Nick. But I still don't really understand your comment there about your wife's name, but hopefully you'll clarify it. Charlie? Yeah, well, let's roll through and see who else other people like. In race 8, you might want to look at 7 and 1. So that's the next leg. Yeah, our Danny Boy Ciaran talked about.
I have it on the ticket.
And Finding Thunder, you talked about both of those, right?
That's the one. Like if you force me to single, I would single. Well, I would say I would single the one, but I can't toss Jaramillo on a horse, so that's why I ended up going 1-2. But that race, the favorite's only 25%, but 69% of the winners are 5-1 or less. So it ends up, even though it looks like it's a chaotic race, more times than not, it's a low-priced horse. But then we had one.
When it's not, it's a bomb.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like
either the Talk or a Turfway Park horse.
It'll be Naughty's Noodle at 50-1.
Right. Yeah. My only X in that whole race. I'm using everybody else except that horse. How about this? I do not like this horse. Ciaran, what do you have on number 2, Pioneer Prince in the nightcap? I don't see it, but Charlie, we respect your opinion on the show. Ciaran, what do you have on Pioneer Prince in the nightcap?
Edwin for O'Neill, top last race speed, 20. Trainers O'Neill's 27%, beaten favorite last out. I mean, his guy's not on it, but Edwin's actually been the one winning on some of O'Neill's horses during his cold streak. I put it in 4th place. I ranked it 7-4, space. Then I went 5-2-6-1 is how I ranked that last race.
And I'm 5-1-4-7-6-10. I didn't use the 2 for a penny, and I don't think I will either in the double.
I thought the morning line was insane for the number 7. Oh, geez, 10-1 for O'Neill. Lost by a neck last out. Top pick will not be 10-1. I actually think the 7's going to go favorite, but we'll see if I'm correct when we get there.
I am 5. I mean, how do you go against Mullins? That's what do you have on the fly?
Voldemort for Mullins, 2nd in the last 2.
Oh, that's why you use the horse.
No, I have him on the long shot ticket way down the road.
Tyler and Kyle both riding great. Like Ciaran says, you want to get on the trend before it actually becomes a trend. So thanks for that info, MTN. Tippy, 3. Yes. Ciaran, did you make your win bet on the 3? Because you talked about this horse 3 days ago to me.
I did. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
I'm actually going to throw some win money on that horse too. That horse should not be that price. I don't understand why. Let me see what I have on that horse real quick. I know I have it as a B, but off since February, part of a race declared the no contest. Yeah, we've seen a bunch of horses from that no contest race come back and run well.
Very well. And that was, I mean, they've all run above their odds. And I mean,
The only thing that weirded me out a little bit is that Yakteen finally decides to shorten her up after, 3 longer races, including her debut, right? She's never been in a sprint. So from the jump, he thought she was a route horse. So that was the only thing that concerned me, but I don't see any reason because, this horse was running against maiden special weights.
I actually like that move because when you look at the speed numbers, the horse kept showing speed and then fading and fading. So he's like, all right. And we had that with our horse, Arrakis, Frank, where the breeding all said, go long, go long, go long. And then we're like, now we're racing 5 furlongs.
Right. Yeah, exactly. At some point, it's like, you want to trust the breeding or you want to trust your own eyes?
And then
at some point, breeding, because you throw breeding out the window because you see what the horse can do. That's a good point.
Blinkers off. Yakteen is 26% for a huge profit, Frank. Second time Lasix, 26% for a huge profit. Good sample size, and those horses are in the money 60% of the time. So this is a move where Yakteen, when he does it, you got to pay attention.
Yeah, Yakteen's terrific too. Like, I'm shocked at that. I guess the people see that last race and think that he didn't finish, but that was the race where they I forget which horse it was, dumped the jockey. The horse ran
through the rail,
over the rail, and was running on the inside of the track, and then came back.
He had
broke the rail, so they had to tell.
He had Freshu on that horse last out, so it wasn't some
right
schmo of a horse,
All right, Charlie, race 7, win place on number 5, Good Works. No, that's not. Good Works on the 5. Yeah, I like Queen Kimby a lot. I just made a win bet on Queen Kimby. I think it's the 2 D'Amatos here. I really do. I will say this about Carla Gaines. She used to be an automatic toss when she dropped a maiden in for a tag. A little bit better. She's more a little putting them where they can win, whereas she used to just want to get rid of them because they couldn't run.
Blinkers off, but she's carrying. That's the high weight on that one. At least my 3 gets in for 120, and some of the other ones are in for 120. 6 is in for 120. 7 for 120. 8's in for 120. So that's 6 pounds. That the 4 is giving up. Even at 6 furlongs might be the difference.
Yeah, and I think Dan H said earlier, Ricky has been doing really, really well. I don't know. Unexciting, right? I mean, what is wrong with Queen Kimby? I'm going to look at the will pays. Did Queen Kimby take any money in the multis?
On the pick 3, no. It's up there, 7th, 8th. On the doubles, up there. Oh, wait, the 5, right? The doubles,
yeah, the
101. It got money on the doubles, yes. Pick 3, no. But on the doubles, they did put some money on it. $101.
Yeah, the 8 is the favorite in the double, actually.
Yeah, 50.
Oh, that's Caves. That's who we thought. Yeah. So
yeah,
8,
now
4,
the money's starting to come out 8.
Yeah, it's 8, 4, 10, and then the 5. So 4th choice. But oh man, look at these pick 3 will pays.
Yeah, huge.
What did I miss? I was taking a nap. Was there 101 horse?
Paula Capestro hit on a 26-1 in race 5.
In race 5, did you have the horse? You bet every one of her horses.
No, I didn't really bet. That was a race where the number 5, the Jaramillo Lewis horse, looked on paper like a slam dunk and it finished 3rd. So that might be, and that probably blew up a lot of their pick 6 tickets as well, Frank. So I'd be shocked if we don't see some good money into the pick 3 and the double today.
Well,
Because of that,
based on that, and I think the last 3 races are extremely difficult. We might have a pick 6 carryover. But here, Ciaran, going forward, the 4 in this leg to the 1 in the next is the double favorite at $35.80 for $2. So that's your Fighting Thunder.
Yep.
Second choice would be the 9 at $48.40, and he's a gangster. Urton and you want. I like the 10 there, $76. So like fourth choice. The 2 is the third choice at 61. That's a first-time starter for Hector Palmer with Jaramillo up. Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they must have made the call. Hey, and his jockey agent's going to be one. This better be live, dude. But you never know. They might also be promising other rides too. That's part of the jockey mechanics. When you see some of these jockeys, why are they hopping on the debut horse? You never know that I got a horse for you 2 weeks from now, or I got a really good horse next month.
But look, I think that's a very legit thing to think about for the top barns with stakes horses. Hector Palmer's an old school guy. He doesn't have a lot of high level horses. He's got a lot of low level, hard knocking horses. If he's calling on Jaramillo for a first time starter, that horse is live. He's not going to waste time. And he's good at that. And the works are always fast for Palmer. And the horse is taking money. So that is very, very interesting. I don't think I used that horse. Did you? The 2 in race. Oh, no, I do have.
It's my second choice. I went 1-2 if I only had 2 horses to pick.
I went 10-5-2, so I did use the horse. So there you go. I think we're just so on Jaramillo that we're going to use anything. He's instead of the one-eyed mama we're using.
Right now, you got to use, if you can, everything Jaramillo's on, and you got to use every Phil horse. Even if he has 3 in the race, you don't know which one. It's back to that other Phil, which Phil. It doesn't matter which jockey's on. I mean, he's won with Tiago and a bunch of them. Ayuso's winning for him,
That's the other thing, Ciaran, about yesterday that's so frustrating because Phil had everything. His barn is firing. He was targeting this part of the year. You knew Gold Phoenix was like ready to freaking roll, and he never got a chance to show his best stuff. So, maybe if this was a month ago where Phil was running second all the time, it might have been frustrating if he ran second, but he was in it to win it yesterday because Phil is just, the dude's locked in.
Weather, perfect trip. I'm not going to say anything else.
What is this with CP4, Frank? Santa Anita X accounts plus YouTube over 400. Yeah, I mean, the shows have been killing it, guys. And we want to thank everybody for their support. This is the first time we've been on the Santa Anita feed during the Hollywood meet because when we do Santa Anita for them, we want to do all Santa Anita all the time. And there was just so much national stuff going on. But we're locked in here. They're getting in the gate. Yeah, let's get out of here. Good luck, everybody. Mm-mm. And 12 the moves.
Oh, Frey, too late. But nice win by the one. You had that one, right?
I did. I wasted money by adding. No, that's my. This is the one I played here. The double pivot. I added 2 horses. It was on my B ticket. But here's the thing, like, right, there's a lot of information. We have a lot of sharp people. I don't usually listen to a lot of stuff, but one of my buddies, I trust his opinion very, very much. And we were texting last night about the Derby and whatever. And I was like, well, you like anyone in the late pick 3 tomorrow? And I mean, I kid you not. I don't know if you can see, like, there's a screenshot of Taluvia's World. He's got a note on the horse. He goes, I like this one. Very live to lead off the late pick 3. He goes, and again, this is not a knock. He doesn't like Tiago on turf, right? I'm fine with Tiago anywhere, but that's just a personal thing for his. Couple of bullets since, doesn't hurt either. The field would appear softer on paper than last out as well. The favorites in that race ran 1, 2, 3 last out. He goes, okay, I'm done making my case. I go, cool. He goes, sorry for the rant. I was like, no, I had the horse as a C, but based on my buddy's info, I upgraded the horse to a B. And I don't usually do that, but I make my own decisions. But anyway, my point is, my man Andrew is probably doing very, very well with that horse coming in at good price, right? 12.
Man,
to 1.
Frey cost me all my tickets, Frank, on the 7 at 20 to 1. That was my third choice on my all turf.
The one won by 5 lengths. What happened? I missed it.
He just came from the clouds, and then the usual Frey move, one past the line.
Which horse?
Number 7. Sonny Creed, the Mullins horse from the clouds.
Yeah, I had that horse too on my B ticket, but I'm not alive. I'm pretty sure I'm knocked out in the all turf now because I had that horse.
I had that on the all turf, all my pick 3s with huge spread. My bad luck from yesterday rolls on. Yeah, well.
Here's my all turf. 8, 5, 10, 8, 5. Yeah, I did not use that horse. And the reason I didn't have the horse in the all turf is because I knew I was going to use the horse on my spread, on my B ticket to start this off. So in the all turf, I just used my A's. So
look at my spread on the all turf. I had the 8 step, you know what I mean? I had on every ticket with huge spread into the last leg, in both legs. Like, oh well. Say let me.
We might get a carryover, dude. $26 horse. 7. I thought Caves had a great shot. I know the Caves. I'm not Caves. Queen Kimbe was hounded every step of the way, but scooted away, cut the corner, and then just got tired. Now I really want to watch this replay now because I want to know if Ciaran is just making stuff up or if the 7 really did have legitimate trouble because the one won pretty easy.
8 miles behind.
Okay.
He's probably trying to throw his hat back in the ring for, I'll go back on Gold Phoenix. Look, I can close.
I mean, I like your Jaramillo idea for that. I really do. Phil's used him a couple of times. Yeah, we've won with Jaramillo and Phil, actually, I think, on the show.
Yeah, right? He's not gotten a whole believe it or not, it's probably the 5th call. It's Freshu,
sure,
Clown, Ayusu, Tiago, and then whoever else. Usually Jaramillo.
I got a little smiley face from my buddy from last night. He got it. Good for him. Good job, Andrew. You got to come on the show, man. Just read about you on the show. He's really good. He used to work. He doesn't anymore, but he used to work at the racing office at Del Mar, so he knows a lot of the trainers, exercise riders, all that stuff. So, it's not like he gets proprietary inside info, but he knows the circuit extremely well. And he's really one of the only guys that I will ask an opinion of. I don't ask Ciaran. I don't ever ask Ciaran for an opinion, but he tells me his opinions on the show, so I don't have to ask. But Andrew's one of the only guys that I will actually go out of my way to ask because he's really sharp. Anybody have that horse? Anybody alive?
The one's the favorite. in the pick 3 for 268. Second choice is the 10 at 399. Then the 9 at 415. The 9 got the early money. And then the 2 at 467. That's on the pick 3. On the double, 1 is the favorite at 89. Second choice is the 9 at 114. Jaramillo on the 2 at 142. And then the 7 got some money, Frank. 12-1 morning line. It's like fourth choice on the double.
It's your boy Fred.
And not crazy price either on the pick 3. So the 7 did get some moolah thrown on.
What about the 10? Anything on the 10? That was kind of my wise
I'm
guy
looking at the race replay right now. Let's see where the 7 was 20 lengths behind, Frank.
All right. I'm missing it here.
Oh, what a turn
I'll
of
trust
foot.
you, though.
What a turn of foot this horse had. My word. Oh, Frey. Too far behind. No excuses.
All right. Well,
That's a note for next out for sure on that Sonny Creed, Frank. For sure.
yeah, I don't know, though. I mean, I don't know if I want anybody else. I don't know if I want anybody out of that race. That was a really bad race, man.
Watch the race replay. That horse, and I
Well,
bet
no,
you
but
when
Ciaran,
you
look, the horse was 10 lengths off in his maiden race. The horse has no speed.
but I would
So
say
next race, he's going to be 10 lengths back again.
one of
Not
your
interested
things where
in
you
betting
look at
that.
the closing figures, you know what I mean? And maybe a
No, I
different
know. I know, but look, the horse has no speed. You look at the maiden race at Los Al on dirt. The horse breaks slowly and 10 lengths back, 10 lengths back, 12 lengths back, and they got beat by 15. So that if there's a lot of speed in the next race, absolutely you can consider the horse. But if it's going to be an average pace, unless the horse already has blinkers. The horse is still going to be 15 lengths back, right?
I think they tried the hill.
Problem is they don't run maiden claimers on the hill anymore. Maybe stretch the horse out.
Yeah, that new ruling. Yeah, that sucks.
But two turns is probably the next move, right? Because the horse didn't do much at 30,000. And I talk about this all the time. If you can't win at 30, I'm not going to bet you at 50. But the horse ran really good at 50. So maybe move the horse, keep the horse at the same level and run 2 turns on turf. Yes, then I would consider the horse. But I'm not betting this horse in a 6 furlong turf sprint next time.
We've got 54,000 in the pool, Frank, and I just took a glimpse at the wheel pace. And if you can beat the 1 or the 5 in the next leg, there are some monstrous pays on the double here.
1 of the 5 in the nightcap.
Yeah, the 1 to the 1 is paying $91. The 1 to the 5 is paying $96, and that looks to be that's the only horses that are under $100 on the double right now, and we've got a chunk of money in already.
So in order of preference, I'm 514 in the nightcap. What are you?
I am 7-4, 5-2-6-1. I'm 7. All about 7.
All right. So wow. So you said the one if you can beat the 1 or the 5, and the 5 is your third choice, right? And the 1 is even worse. So 7, and what's your second choice?
7-4.
Wow. So you didn't even really care for the 1 or the 5.
No.
I mean, I know you used them, but third and fourth choice.
Yeah, because this was my planned double. I might have to adjust it to get more spreadage, but this was my planned double. 1-2 with 7-4, and then with my backup prices in here. So let me see what the 1-2. 1 into the 7, 218. Yeah, I'll take that 5 times. 2 into the 7, 193. Yes, please. 1 into the 4, 214. 2 into the 4, 187. Yeah, I'll take those pays all day to Sunday.
Yeah, we're gonna have to I think there's a very good opportunity here in
This
the
is
late
one of these
double.
ones that should pay big. It looks like. I don't see it going like the chalkity chalk.
Yeah, what's the lowest pay right now?
The lowest pay is 1-1 at $92. So I think even worst case scenario, if the robots hammer something, you're still looking at $60, $70, $80 for a double, Frank, for the $5 double in what is a wide open race. Good value on this double. And you're alive. You need the 10, right, to stay alive?
Yeah, I'm single to the 10. So could you just do me a favor? I'm curious to see what in the double pool, the 10 to the 1, 4, 5.
10 to the 1, 230, 242, 152.
Okay. And then I have to think if I want. I don't know. Depending on the prices. So the A's that I had to take a stand because I couldn't spread on my A ticket and my B ticket. So how about one more time, Ciaran? How about the 2 and the 5? And so the 2 in this leg, because those are my other A's that I don't have here in race 8. So the 2 to the 1,
133,
2 to the 4,
188,
2 to the 5,
128,
and then one more time, 5 to the 1,
233,
5 to the 4,
312,
and 5 to the 5.
221. Yeah, I mean, the lowest pays you're looking at are 1193, 1595. So the betting's saying in the next race, it's between 1, 5, 2. They're saying the betting on the doubles, Frank, are essentially saying it's a 3-horse race in race 9. 1, 5, and 2. Everyone else is crazy price.
So I have the 10, 5. I have the 1 as a B, but I have the 2 that isn't one of the ones getting bet. I'm fine with that. Sell me on the 1. I mean, I have the 1 as the first of my Bs. I know you talked about Fighting Thunder before, but like.
But in this race,
yeah.
Ayuso lost by a neck going longer last out. Top last race speed, top speed in the race, and the rail is winning 25%.
All right, and where did you rank that horse?
Top. First pick.
That's your top pick. All right, I'm sorry to make you do this. Then one more time, 1 to the 1.
Do you have a piece of paper? They have this thing called a pad and paper, Frank.
I'm writing it down. I didn't ask you.
What happens? Frank hits his doubles, and then Ciaran's like, I ran out of time to put my bet in because I'm his secretary. All right, you ready now? Can you write it down?
We didn't go over 1 to the 1. 1 to the 1.
We did 15 times. 1 to the 1 is $93.
1 to the 4.
203.
1 to the 5.
97.
Okay, thank you. I won't ask you anything else. I'm going to put my bets in. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, you know what I'll do?
You are a gobbleep, so you can just talk blah 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 blah.
I've got a Mark video for us.
Welcome aboard Spirit Airlines to Santa Anita. Your ticket includes 1 personal item, 0 legroom, and a complimentary bankruptcy announcement. I'm Mark Gelding, your unpaid intern flight attendant. For $47 extra, you can have a seat. For $89, you get a seat belt. For $200, I won't sit next to you. Folks, due to Spirit shutting down, this flight is now a bus, but the bus also got repossessed. Get out, get up, get paid somewhere else.
Guy seems to find a job everywhere, Frank.
Did you book a flight for Gold Phoenix to come back on Spirit? Is that why you
No,
played?
I was actually hoping Voldemort flew on Spirit back from Kentucky, to be honest. You know what I mean?
You were gonna get him a complimentary ticket through Mark Gelding?
Yes, I should have.
You were gonna pay for his seatbelt?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So my $5 backup ticket, Frank. My 4 to the 7's paying $652. 4 to the 4 is paying $440. So I'm okay leaving that at $5. And the 5 to the 7, $271. 266. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't need to change the 7 to the 7 and the 7 to the 4. Also great. So I think I'm happy with the pays that I'm going to get on my bets here. And then I might wait a few more minutes and might fire something else just to see. Well, you're 10 to my. You're all about the 10. So 10 to the 4 is 243 and 10 to the 7 is 405. So I might use yours.
What is your note? What are your notes on the 10? Because now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, why did I like the 10 so much in such a wide open race?
I literally just said Freshu for Miotti. I didn't.
That's
really,
enough, right? Dropping.
Yeah, he is very chilly, but he's not had a whole lot of horse. He's only 9%.
He had a big dropper, went off a year layoff the other day. It was a second choice, actually. So maybe he will start to heat up a little bit, I guess. So I did a bunch of doubles. But basically, I have combinations with the 1, 2, 5, 10 in this leg and the 1, 4, 5 in the next. And then just for fun, I want to be alive into the late double. So I went all to my top pick in the last race, 5. So probably not a wise bet, but you know what? We're gambling on the show. I want to be alive. I want the action. And I have my opinion tickets as well. So I won't ask you for any more probables, Ciaran.
Well, we need to wait a few more minutes. I don't think we're going to see much, if any, movement on any of these doubles. They don't know what the heck to do, Frank. And with these payouts, I don't think they're going to add much more. There's already 100K in the pool, and we're not really. We've seen no movement from the jump, and usually we see a lot of movement. Everything's still the same. The 1 is $93. The 5 is 91 off the 1. No change, really.
Right, because that's both these races. Well, this race is wide open, and because of the $5 double minimum, the computers can't unless they love a combo. Mm-hmm. We're not going to see a massive hit, like we would see with a $1 or $2 double. I know you probably told me this a million times, but I'm sorry. It's been a long weekend. Who is your top, in order of preference in the nightcap? Who do you have? Oh, you have 7-2. Never mind.
7-4.
7-4. Who I don't have on anything. So, no, I have the 4. I don't have the 7.
What is it? 7. Oh, geez. Jaramillo for O'Neill. Lost by a neck. Will not be 10-1. Top pick. I think that horse will be like 7-2, 4-1. And then the 4, Freshu, first off the claim for Papa, who is absolutely lethal on that move. He wins 31%. For a profit, we always got to put that in. Yeah, if they're winning 31% and they're losing money, that's whatever. But when he does it, he places them and they win.
Is that Aji's taking money in the double? About what to be expected, I think. The imputed odds on optics have Tariff is the favorite. They have Zalamo second choice. Sorry, Lord Bullington second choice.
1, 2.
Then Zalamo, then Pioneer Prince, then Aji. So, yeah. Which is about right. I think that's about right. That's fair.
He's 5th.
And I think that's what he should be because he, just lost for less. Now he's moving up in class. What price do you think that horse will be?
7-2, 4-1.
I was going to say 9-2. Yeah. So, if I'm alive for stuff, I might do a win bet, but I was going with what you said. O'Neill he's cold. So I was going to try to beat that horse. And I bet that horse many times. So, Ciaran, congratulations. Frank off angle.
It's awesome.
So you might want to do all to the 7. So you cash something. Yes, Jay, he is my note taker. He's also my valet, my sidekick, my butler, and my chauffeur. But you know what? He has Mark Gelding as his second or familiar, I guess we would say. Johnny Banks. I don't think we have time to do a community. Oh, do you want to do a community ticket? It's 4 minutes, but they're just walking out of the paddock. So we probably about 10.
What's your top pick in the last race?
5. I'm 5-1-4.
And my top pick is the 7. So let's look and see what's an all cost. So all into 5 is $91 is the lowest pay, and all into 7, the lowest pay is $213. How many horses are in here? Oh, geez, that would cost too much.
Yeah, I don't want to do all. But here's what I suggest, though. My top pick 5, your top pick is the 7, but we also both have the 1. Do you have the 1 too? I thought we had one common horse.
In this race, I have 1, 2.
No, in the last.
I have 7-4 in the last.
7-4, and I'm 5-4-1. So I want to use the 5. You want to use the 7, and we both have the 4. So let's use 5-7-4 in the last. 4-5-7 in the last. And then in this race, see, this is where it gets really tough. What's your ranking again, Ciaran?
If I was forced to single, I couldn't force to single, but I said the 1 would be 1. But I just cannot discount Jaramillo getting on a first-time starter for Palma, you know?
What number is that?
The 2.
I have 10-5-2, so we're definitely going to use the 2. And just give me your ranking, like your top 4.
When I ranked my write-up, I went,
Yeah.
In this race, I went 1, 2, then a bunch of spaces, and then all the other horses.
Well, who's the first of the others?
The 4, but if you were asking me for which one to use, I would say we should use the 5, this one shipping in from Turf Paradise.
Okay, that's my second choice. So let's use the 5. But I think we should also. Do you want to use the 1 as well? The 1 is my 4th choice.
In this leg?
Yes.
The 1 into which horse is in the next? And I'll see what the low.
No, they're probably going to be short. You want to use the 2, the Jaramillo first with Palma?
I think we have to. The fact that he's on, his guy. There's a reason he's on it, you know.
2-5, and then we're using the 2-5. Let's just go 2-5 because we both have the 1 on other tickets. I know we're supposed to play to win.
Right.
I don't think the 1's great value for the community. So, you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
You could do it. 2-5.
Okay. But let's see what the lowest is because we could do it for more than $5 if we want.
All right.
So what's the lowest between the 2 and the 5? Start with the 2.
190.
Oh, they're great. That's the lowest. 2-5, 4-5, 7.
2 into the 2 is 188. 4 into the 2. Oh, what do you want me to? What numbers do you want me to do?
No.
2-5
is 126. That's the least one. So I'm going to do that one for 10, and I'll do the rest for 5. Okay.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So what did I say? 10. So the 2-5 is 126. So that's $10. I'm going to call it out. Community ticket. DTL Crew $10 double. 2 in this leg. To the 5 in the next. You know, the CAWs, it's like a millisecond. I got to wait like 3 seconds to get my bet in. So that one's in. And then I'm going to come back with a $5 double, Ciaran. I'm just going to do again 2-5 with 4-5-7. Is that right?
Yep.
So that's 30, and the other one was 10. So $40, and a couple hundred, I think, is the payoff.
Yeah, and I just did a pivot myself just to cover some other things. I just did this one because the pays, because I really like the 7 and the 4 in the next, So I just did the 10 with the 7-4 so that you get your win. Keep your ticket alive. And 9-11, which I didn't have.
I'm just putting it up. $5 double. 2-5 with 4. What do you guys like? Put it in the chat there. So that's $30 total.
And part of the reason too, Frank, if Frey had come correctly and won that last race for me with the 7, I would have had a spread ticket with these other horses. I've already got 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 on my doubles. That spread ticket that would have been alive on that would have had the 9, 10, 11. So that's why I'm coming back with it, because I thought enough to have it on the spread ticket. And I really like these 2 horses, and it's paying so much. You're supposed to go to this one. I actually renamed it, Frank. Here it is. So you can find it whenever we do it. Where is it?
20 years ago.
Six Secrets of Successful Bettors, Chapter 5. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Ciaran spends 10 minutes talking about his second place horse that he's not even alive to going forward. Meanwhile, Frank is alive to the winner, and all Ciaran wants to talk about is how he ran second.
I'm going to cancel the number 10 now, actually. I'm canceling that 10 bet. I want the 10 to finish last. So hang on, let me get in here and cancel this bet. I'm taking my Irish luck off the 10.
You know what? The 10 could easily finish last. So could the one. I mean, do you trust anybody in here? 12-5. 12-5.
I trust one horse in here, Frank.
Oh.
From the tracks of Venezuela, where the legends are made. And Michel Jaramillo came storming.
That's who I want to get us home.
We got, yes, Son of One-Eyed Mama. That sounds like a horror movie, but, you know, no, that horse is definitely live. I'm going to, Ciaran's going to hate this because it's not about, you can't talk about how he had the best horse in the race, finished second. Let's see what other people have.
I'm actually going to do a win bet on Camille right now because I said we were going to do more of them. So
Yes, I think that's smart. Money, respect, power. I like that handle. Welcome. $25 double Santa Anita 815. But who is it 8 here to the 15? I'm not sure. Or you're just starting here with 815. Give us the whole ticket. So we can root. We like to root even when we lose. I like to root. Ciaran has to go put water on his face and freshen up. Dan H. Yes.
all right, they're loading, Frank. In the
Already?
games.
Wow, that's quick. All right, good luck, everybody. Wow. He's a Belmont.
He's starting. He's going to start getting mounts, Frank. I'm telling you.
Pratt 2.0. Phil's
Yep.
exercise guy. Good for him. I'm happy for him.
Oh, we've mentioned it. You said someone told you he was Pratt 2.0, and
Pratt's original agent, Derek Lawson.
And then our great hop-in guest handicapper, Radar Rob, last year told me, because I always ask him, because a lot of times these guys will start, you'll see them at Los Al working horse, before they actually arrive on the scene. And I always make it a point to ask, Rob, who's the jockey to watch down there? And he had nothing but praise for that dude. Nothing but praise.
Well, I hope, I don't know, I didn't really get to see a close look at the start, but maybe the starter held the 10 and it'll be declared a non-starter because the 10 was a million miles back for reasons unbeknownst to me.
He's finishing now, Frank.
Late for the super.
Here's the 10 right here.
Hey, look, Frank's horse is catching an Uber. This is the funniest thing I've seen all day.
Hey, to the races!
He had nothing. Like, I looked at it, he was 20 plus lengths behind.
Frank said he completed the super, but he must have got nosed out and finished fifth. I don't know, but he was a million miles back. So,
yeah, I've got the thing on. I'll watch the race replay, but he looked like I was like, "Is this going to be a deep closer?" Because wow,
I mean, he does. I mean, to be fair, the horse is not really a good gate horse, so maybe he caused his own trouble, whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The 9 was much the best. The only thing I think I'm alive on is my all, and it's probably not going to pay great to my 5 anyway. What do you have cooking?
I just did my pivot with my backup tickets to 9 with the 7-4.
9.
Now when we came in
the double 9 with the 7-4.
Yeah, 9 to the 4 was paying $222, 9 to the 7, $289. So. Actually, we're live now, so we've got Will Pays, Frank. That the favorite right now is the 2, Pioneer Print. Oh no, sorry, the 1, 128. Second choice is the 5, Tariff at 137.
That's what I have.
Then
that's the double 137.
Yes, the 2 at 198. The 7 at 289. 6 at 369, and let's see on the pick 3. Pick 3, the 1 is favored at $1,000. $1,000. Yeesh. 2 at 1271. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. The 5 at 11.9. It's pretty much 1-5-2 across those 2 bets. Do we have a carryover in the pick 6? No carryover. I don't think. Pick 5.
I'm trying to see anyone in the DTL crew have that 9. It looks like Dan H did. And that was the thing I put up right before we left because I was going to say, even if I play for $3 or $5, you could play for $8. You don't have to stick to the $5 increments or the $3 increments. So he had the 1, 2 to the 4 for 8. But look, he has a 9-4. Good for you, Dan. And then the 9-5. So that's great. He's alive. The executive producer just told me that Mr. Guitar hit the exacta. Good job, Mr. Guitar. Nice to see you.
Did he post it?
I think he did. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I believe him, though. I mean, come on. He's not.
I was still going to do the boo no matter what, even if he said
no red boarding. You got to post it. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? No, you got to post it.
It does.
You don't have it in the live chat. Does it count? No. I will give you credit, Mr. Guitar, because I know you're a good player, but that's pretty funny. What did it pay? What did the exacta pay, Ciaran?
I'm looking right now. It paid.
Oh, he did post it.
Who cares? In 12 cents. It paid $26.70.
I'm going to find it here. Let's see. I'm looking up.
I just said $26.70 exactly.
No. I want to find there right here. No, here we go. He posted a double 7-9 with 5-7. So I'm assuming he just played that exacta as well. So
do you have that? Do you have that hook they used to use on the show, the Gong Show?
The Gong Show. Well, how about this? Got 8 by 4 is alive to the 5. That'd be nice. I mean, I'll still lose money on the day, but get something back. And then how about this? Johnny Banks is alive to. You like the 7, right, Ciaran? He's alive to the 7 and the 8. Who Ajis and who's the 8? Geometry. Interesting.
Huh. Nice.
What are your notes on that horse, Ciaran?
Kimura rides, Jaramillo left, drops, and 1 at this distance, 2 back, which would have been a reason to put in, but the trainer's 1 for 30, so Jaramillo leaving, and the trainer stats are why I downgraded it. But I wouldn't talk you off it. It wasn't like I said no chance. Like when I was riding it, I was like, okay.
Right, because Jaramillo left, right. But that was 40,000. This is 30. It's a drop in class. Well, anyway, good luck, Johnny. That's nice. All right. Jessica Garcia, who won the 8th race? The 8th race was won by number 9. He's a gangster. Are you from Venezuela by any chance? If you are, we might have a special video for you.
Yeah, we'll have to play it if he is.
When Jaramillo wins the last race. There is a pick 6 carry, Ciaran.
All right. There we go.
And need the 4, 7, 8, 10 for a $15 double. Nice. He does not have my 5, unfortunately, but those got to be paying pretty good, right?
Yep.
Oh, dude, look at the double and pick 3 pools. They're massive. I mean, granted, we were the only game in town, but
still. I just took a peek at there's no Thursday card this week, I do not believe, correct? That was the only makeup we had, wasn't it?
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
The Friday card is some very, very short fields, Frank. 8 races for Friday. I'm looking at Lone Star.
Well, yeah, because we talked about maybe doing Monmouth.
Yeah, they've got 8 races on Friday, Frank. An 8-horse field with 4 on the AE list on turf. An 8-horse field, a 5-horse field, 8, 6. Let me see when the all turf starts. They're doing that early all turf as well, Frank.
Well, yeah, we'll figure it out. It's unlikely we're going to do a Friday show. We might do Saturday.
I think Saturday. Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to someone at Monmouth and see what's going on. I think it was Jeff Allwell or maybe John Allwell or Jeff maybe told us about that. So we'll look into that. Go to lowtakeoutbets.com. Ciaran set up a website that is basically the TV guide of Double Trouble Live. We will put our schedules up and we will announce on X. Grandma, thank you so much. You did a very nice gesture for us a couple of shows ago, and we would like to just say thank you and thank you for joining us. Ciaran, if a man is standing alone in the forest and his wife is not around, is he still wrong?
Yes. Well, all men are left, right? Because women are always right.
Yeah. Well, we're left there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad joke for the day. Actually, I do have that.
Thank you, Grandma. That is funny.
I forgot to use this yesterday, Frank. I actually have an old memorabilia from the 1980 Kentucky Derby.
No, is that Snow Globe?
Yes, with the dice in it to pick an exacta horse. I forgot to perhaps use it.
Oh, we're doing that this race. So let me roll for the comments. So we're coming back with that. So, Grandma, your best friend sticking up for you even when he knows you're wrong. So yeah, that's kind of similar with me and Terry. Even when I know she's wrong, she's still right. So there you go. Thank you for that. Nick Severs, pick 6 carryover. Oh, Terry loves having you in there, Grandma. Yes, a little love for Cat 8 my form to close out the double. How about this, Jamie? Yeah, Jay knows where it's at. Yeah, how about this, Ciaran? Little Dan H says, I think a Monmouth show would be awesome next Saturday. All right, well, if we build it, will you guys come? You guys come out and support us. That would be really funny, actually. SC3P got a chuckle out of Grandma as we did all. Stephen D, a little late to the party, but better late than never. Usually you're the first one in, so thank you. All right, Ciaran, let's see what the snow globe has to say about how we're going to
Ready?
get this.
All right, are you ready? Here comes
You
our
know
first.
we're on tilt when we're doing this.
Here comes our first exacta, Frank. You ready?
I'm gonna write it down.
4 or 5. Okay, we're gonna have.
Well, hold
to
on.
box.
You know what, Ciaran? I'm gonna get out of the studio so we can get a real close up of what you're doing because this looks.
I
Really
can't really show it on the thing. Ah, jeez. All right. Looks like 4 or 5 is our first bingo numbers for the exacta. How many are we doing, Frank? That's the first one.
Well, wait, hold on. Let's look at the probables.
4 or 5. What's that paying? We'll write it down.
I will look.
4 with 5 is 28. 5 with 4 is 23. So we're looking at $23 for that one.
Those are actually terrible. 17
For
to
a
1 and
dollar.
10 to 1.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
well, they must be. This is how they're getting back in this pool. There's already 62,000 in the exacta pool, Frank.
The 4-5 is $23.
Everything
17
is
to 1 to a 10 to 1.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the five is where everyone's getting paid, so I'm not shocked on that one. Let's see when we get a crazy price. Are you ready?
Oh wait, I'm in the wrong race. Sorry.
I don't know how
refresh
we
my
do this.
screen. I'm in the wrong race.
Well, someone's gonna like this. Both dice came up as 8-8, so that means we got to do a win bet on the 8. And I think someone mentioned the 8 earlier, right?
That's the McKenna horse. Yeah, someone likes that
All right.
horse.
6-6. What's going on with this? It's trying to make us throw our money away on win bets, Frank.
Yeah,
Maybe
please
it's a
do
sign
not do this
to
at
do
home.
that. Huh?
Please do not do this at home. These are trained professionals. We're not doing it. Oh, this is great.
8.
How about this?
7.
Let's get confirmation from Grandma, Ciaran. Magic 8 ball.
That's
And
8 again has come up. All right, this is the last one. 1-2. All right.
How about we forget the exacta and we play a 1? All the numbers that came up: 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. Superfecta box.
All right. What's that? 1, 2.
10 cents, right? I'd rather do that than waste money on the exacta
1,
because
2, 4, 5,
6, 8.
6, 7, 8. Oh wait, 6.
Oh, so did 7 come up too?
Yeah, 6, 7, 8. What is that? Hang on. Superfecta.
7 times 6 times 5 times 4. I don't know. It's probably, even for 10 cents, it's probably expensive.
$800 million. Well, I would have been able to do it if it wasn't for Voldemort, who cost me like 50 G's yesterday, Frank. I'm still like, yeesh. Anyway.
We're really not going to do that, but that was pretty fun anyway. But if Ciaran, drinks a little bit more in the interim, he might do it. But thank you for that. How about this? Now, see, this is a little more sensible. Money, respect, power. $10 exacta 5-1. Is that cold, or are you going to box it? I'd love to know because we talk strategy on the show. Let's see. What is that paying? The 5-1.
5-1 exacta is 21. They're horrible. Anything with the 5 is getting destroyed in this pool, Frank.
That's the CAW play.
That is where their money is hidden every way to Sunday. The 5 is the horse that they want to win, which they need to get out because there's a carryover and that pick 5 they probably have to. So that's where they're trying to get their action
But
out.
you know what though? Like in the pick 3, the 5 is not even the favorite. It's the 1, and then the 5, then the 2. And the double, the 1 is the favorite. So maybe they're not leveraged enough to the 5, so they're playing the 5 in exactas on top of everybody to get their money back that they missed in the. You know what I mean? Like they don't have enough money on the 5 in the multis. I guess is what I'm trying
I
to
was
say.
even looking like doing 8-7 and 7-8 that are prices. They are destroying the exacta pools right now, Frank. I think I'd rather just do win bets than do the exacta.
Yeah, we're not going to do an exacta. We will do win bet. That's a good point because we said we're going to do more. But money, respect, power, respect. He comes in here 5-1, ice cold. Dave Weaver would be very proud of you. I respect that. Let me see who the 1 is again.
Like even my 4-7 is
yeah.
$39, and my 7-4 is 33. Like I was thinking I was going to come back, and do these, but no, they're swimming in this exacta pool, and a lot of money's going to, if you're able to beat these lower, if it does come in with a crazy price, you're actually going to get paid more than what you should.
Well, yeah, Ciaran, we'll go through the tote board and we'll see if we can make a case for some long shots for some win bets. But look, Money Respect Power comes in hot, man, with the information. I love it. He's putting up bets. A lot of sheep players are using the 5. And sorry to keep asking you questions, but are those the Ragazins or the Thoroughgraphs, or it doesn't matter? Ciaran, have you ever used the sheets? No.
Nope, just not my cup.
I used to use the Thoroughgraphs just to see if I was missing stuff, and then I realized I'm just doing way too much work, and it's as we learn on the show, you don't have to do that much work. You just have to know how to bet.
I'm essentially a Brisnet and that other company. They pay me, I'll say their name, and I just like using them because everyone has their own proprietary, speed numbers and whatnot. I just like to see if there's commonality or difference. And I actually prefer when there's difference is where I actually find my edge sometimes. When one is vastly different than the others, I found that I could find more long shots that way or sneaker.
Well, yeah, because
a lot of people
is going to be divided, right?
And a lot of people are lazy in this era where they just plug it into a program and it spits out a horse. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my little slight edge that I try to use. It doesn't work all the time. You don't see it all the time. But when it does, I usually find some pretty good prices.
Yeah, when it works with Ciaran, it's usually his horse runs second to mine. But, we won't talk about that. Money, Respect, Power. Excellent asset to the DTL crew because I really like the rags. I have a racetrack friend who swears by them, and he's been 20 years, and I know they're good. So it's nice to have a little confirmation on the rags because he's saying that the Sheets players are using the 5. And I'm sure the algorithms have the 5, 6 ways to Sunday. 5 is obvious. I'm actually surprised the 5 isn't shorter.
It's going to run.
You didn't even have the 5, right, Ciaran?
I had it on a backup ticket.
Right, but you're 7-4.
Yeah, I mean, it was the third choice. I wasn't betting Voldemort, so I mean, and my notes were essentially Homie for Mullins, second the last 2, and I even before this weekend, Frank. Remember, I said it before the show, and I was in the back of my head was like, "Oh, this guy's going to somehow screw up Gold Phoenix's race because he has run second so much in the last couple of weeks, and for Mullins especially." Eventually, he'll win.
You realize you're setting yourself up for torture. He's going to win this race.
Oh, probably.
And then you're going to have to go 5 days with a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, not really. The bad taste is already there, Frank.
But let's say
7?
somebody else was on the horse. I would like you to assess the horse's chances on the horse's ability, not because you're mad at the jockey.
Aside from absolutely nothing happening with that jockey yesterday, but this is probably the 5th or 6th race with this jockey and Mullins in the last 2 days where I've seen this same second by neck, second by 2, second by 1, and I used the horse, and yet again it was second or nowhere. Like they've not won yet, is what I'm saying. They just continue to have these
Barrios
horses
has not been locked in. I mean, he's 25% right now, 4 for 16, but we saw he was not locked in during the Hollywood meet. Not as good as he is. I don't know. I try not to do too much of that stuff. But look, the horse ran second twice at 50 and 40. This is this is an easier level. I'm surprised this horse is not taking more money actually, because Mullins is winning everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lord Bullingdon is a giveaway. I mean, yeah, I have the horse. The horse could win, but I mean, you go from running in a grade 3 and for 80, and now it's 32. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, here. What are your thoughts on the one, Ciaran? I mean, I think that obviously the horse can win, but it's a giveaway.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky from McCarthy, first time claiming trainers 24%. I mean, there's nothing negative about it, but there's nothing that made me go, I have to use this horse. Like they all have kind of similar speed and profile and blah blah blah. It's like almost throw a dart. I will say the favorite. It's another one of these races. The favorite's 37%, but if it's not the favorite, chaos again. So it's either going to be the chalk or some crazy price. Trying to decide what I'm going to gamble on. Uh-oh, Frank's getting a telling to from the boss. Here we go.
Our favorite time of the show, Frank silence.
I think his tin can and a string have
No, I put myself on mute because I was talking to the executive producer because I was looking for a little translation help because even though we don't speak Spanish, we've got Google Translate. So, Joe Henry Ortiz, welcome to the show. He wants to know who we're betting on in the last. We're going to tell you pretty soon. I'm alive to the 5 in the double. Doesn't pay a heck of a lot. My top picks were the 5, the 4, and the 1. I think I'm okay with that. I don't want to press or lose any more money because
pays
I'd
aren't
be
good
happy
enough.
just getting some money.
Yeah, the pays just aren't good enough to fire away, I don't think.
Exactly. But look, there's a pick 6 carryover. So, we may have to, well, I don't know. I was going to say we may have to do a show, but we wouldn't do a whole pick 6 show. So
I looked at that show, or I looked at the card, and it's a bunch of weak races on Friday, Frank. It's just short fields.
Okay.
It's like today, the all turf is early in the card type of thing. We can look at it and see. We might look and see, and we go, we don't want to do that Monmouth card as well. So who knows? We won't rule it out.
The Monmouth is Saturday. I think Monmouth starts Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
So
we'll decide during the week and let you guys know. Just check it out. I'll change the website to say coming soon or something like that.
Okay. So who are you giving out here for Mr. Ortiz? He wants to fire away with you, Ciaran. You want some trifecta probables or something?
Yeah, sure. Let's do 7, 8, 4.
Okay, hold on here. See, now we reverse roles, and I'm Ciaran's secretary. So 7 with 8 with 4. This is for $2, Ciaran, okay? 7 with 8 with 4 is 1750. 1700. 1700
$800 for a buck. I'll do that. All right, I'm going to do a $1
7 with 8 with 4.
I'm just going to do a $1 trifecta box.
I'll type it in. Hold on.
4, 6, 7.
Hold on. Let me type it in. Ciaran, $1 try. What is it?
4, 6,
What's your
7,
bet?
8. 4, 6, 7, 8. Try box.
Oh, try box. Okay, try box. 4, 6, 7, 8. And what is that? That's 4 times 3, 12, 24.
Yep, $24.
Yep, 24. There you go, Mr. Ortiz, $24. And if it hits, it hits big.
I mean, if I'd won some other stuff, I almost feel like just doing a straight exacta box, 7-4, but I've lost my gambling will after so many disappointments the last 2 days. Save my ammo for next week.
Fair enough, but I just want to remind you about the win situation because we talked about making more win bets. Zalano is 6-1 and Aji's is 5-1. I don't know if you want to do a win bet, but if you do, they're loading. Good luck, everybody. I need the 5. Yeah. Single the
Boom,
wrong
boom, boom.
one. I went with the 5. Huh?
I said boom, boom, boom. Second choice won.
Yeah, I was 5-4. What did I say? I was 5-4-1. And I was just to tariffs. So I was busted in all my other ones. It's a shame I couldn't get that 10 home in the last.
Yeah.
But, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Almost.
So what did you end up
like,
hitting?
222 for $5. Not
I
too
told you
shabby.
about win on the horse.
Huh?
What do you have, the double?
I had the double.
the
Yeah,
double?
I just did the double. The win money, if I'd done it, would have been on the 7, but I didn't bother. When the gates opened, it was the 4 was like 4-1, 5-1. It drifted up to 6-1 when they hammered Lord. The money came in late on Bullington. Actually,
Wait, I'm looking at my
222s.
bets.
Huh?
I think I have it. The first leg I went 1, 2, 5, 9, 10. The 9-1, right?
And the first
And then
leg,
1,
correct.
4, 5. Yeah,
right.
I mean, it cost me $75, but what am I getting back?
222.
2 something?
222.
Right, so we both hit. I'm looking at all my bets here. It's basically just I'm going to win a tiny bit of money because all my other doubles were to the 5. So
I mean, the handicapping's there. Yet again, when we do miss on all our multiple bets, Frank, our horses are usually second. Like I was second on the pay leg for the pick 3 and the altar. You know what I mean? It's not like our horses are last.
yeah.
So the handicapping's
Right, so
there.
yeah, I'm gonna roll through our bets just so we can see. So like you look at my first bet, 5-1-4. So I have the 4. I just didn't connect. Here's Ciaran. He's right there. He's 7-4.
I had it every way to Sunday.
7-4.
Yeah,
Right,
both
but
those
couldn't
tickets
connect one leg. Again, here's his alter. Oh, that's twice. Here's his double. All about the 7-4. You said the whole time 7-4, 7-4, 7-4. So what? I missed the first leg and you missed the second. I don't know. How did we not hit this?
I mean, and then
I think it's
that's
because
7.
we didn't have a super strong opinion anywhere.
Yeah, and that 7 just crushed me in the, because it was the middle of the all turf and the start of the pick 3. And he runs second,
Right.
and it crushed me. And it would have paid some money at 20-1. Woo, that would have paid some money.
Ciaran, you make a great point because I actually write about this. I haven't said this today. I write about this in my Matrix. There is one race that is so crucial to the all turf and the late pick 3 because a lot of times you have the first leg of the all turf and then the second leg of the all turf is the first leg of the late pick 3. So if you miss in that race, you're out of the all turf and the late pick 3. And then of course the pay leg. See, this is the opposite. We've been getting burned in the pay leg.
No, that's where we're.
Today we got burned in the middle.
And what sucked was I had the spread ticket. I spread in the middle and I spread in the last, and it was the first leg that did me in.
Right.
But there's
And I'm
nothing
the
I would
opposite.
change. I was going to say there's nothing I would change. There's a time when your horses, like you're picking horses and they're nowhere. You know what I mean? Like they're last. And what did I do wrong? When your horse like comes late and just misses and stuff, like you picked the right horse, you just didn't get the right trip, and the racing gods weren't there. Nothing to adjust. Just need a little bit of racing luck.
Well, no, but here's the thing, right? Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's an okay place to be, but I mean, you just need a little bit of racing luck. No racing luck right now.
Right. So the horse is all fired, right?
Yes.
So did we do anything wrong from a ticket construction point? Because we had them all, but neither one of us hit anything until the late double. I think my problem was I didn't rate the 9 in the previous race enough. So that was probably on one of my backup tickets that was already bust in the first leg because I had to go tight and then spread. So we were opposite. So I got the leg that you whiffed in, and you got the leg that I whiffed in. I was just lucky that I pivoted and had a double using the 9 because he was taking money to the 3 that I liked in the last. So,
and it might have been one of those things, Frank.
Do you feel like you could have done anything differently?
I was actually just going to do the math now because I was just going to see, because sometimes when I go away from doing the caveman, I don't do the math. And sometimes the caveman is the simplest when it's a hard sequence like this. Actually, no, it would have been 3, 6, 8 times. What's 8 times 7? 56?
56.
Yeah, it would have been
Yep.
56 times 2, 112. 3, I would not have spent $300, but that's just me. Some people
Right.
have no problem firing, 200-300. That's
Yeah,
just
like
not,
Radar Rob.
well, he'll do it like
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. And this pick 3 paid,
It's not how we play, though.
15.54, but that's not how I like to play unless I'm really on a hot streak and can't, you know what I mean?
So if we had played the caveman, we would have hit it,
But
but it wouldn't have paid. Well, what did the pick 3 pay?
it paid 15.54, but I mean for
Okay,
for a,
well, that's good.
for a 300 plus outlay,
Right.
I usually want more than 5 to 1. Like if I had predicted in my head that I'd be looking at a 10 timer or or more, I could see the justification. But 300 to win 1,500, and some people may make fun of me for that and go, "What are you talking about?" But that's how I approach my gambling. I want better to do it, and I will rarely do it.
Yeah, and look, the way we do it, we're cutting out a lot of the fat, right? So this is going to happen sometimes, and it happened to you the other day. I ended up hitting the day that I had like 5,000. I won 5,000. You had all the same horses, but you had them in the wrong combinations. But that's going to happen when we do the bets the way we do. That happens, and it happened to both of us today.
Yep, happens.
But anyway,
the one thing to come away with, and I'll go back to it again because some people might get really frustrated. I'm not to say I'm not, but the handicapping's there. Need some racing look. Simple as that. What do we have here in the comments?
This
is
here,
our guy.
yeah.
Oh, wait.
I'm sorry. Put yours. I'm sorry. Put yours up first. Go ahead. Better off hitting a string of doubles rather than a sequence. Well, yeah. I mean, welcome, Matt. I believe this is the Matt Miller, Brewers Cup betting challenge champion and one of the best tournament players ever. But yeah, Matt, you play a lot differently than we play.
And Matt actually has a book you should read, Matt, and it's in print. Matt? Type what the name of your book is.
I got it. Where is it?
You have it on the desk, don't you?
I did. I don't know where it went. Terry, where's the book?
It's under his table, Matt. Just so you know, he's got it propping up his
It must be
table.
on my bedside. I must be reading it.
Oh, there we go. All right.
No, that's weird. It's usually like right here. I can't, but I have this.
That's
I have this.
that's Matt's book, and it's actually in print, unlike Frank's from 1980.
A better way of thinking. A better way of betting. Right there. Executive producer. Oh. No, it's not. I think someone stole it. Someone came over and stole it. But anyway, Matt, can you? No, a better way of betting. I know I said thinking. Matt, I would rather you explain what you're talking about, audience, because I don't want to misrepresent your strategy. We've been doing this for a long time, and we do like to play the all turf, the late pick 3, and the double together as a whole sequence. But we would love to hear your strategy because you're one of the best at what you do. So if you can, I mean, I can even send you a link and you can come on if you want.
And our thing is too, Frank. We would love if Santa Anita would give us a connector double between the all turf, and I think it would be another thing that would blow their pools up. And I hope Del Mar does something like that where they connect the bets and give us like a low takeout double between the sequences. I think they could just continue to roll those low takeouts. The low takeout is fantastic.
Yeah, Matt, if you want to hop on, text me. If not, don't worry about it. We can have you on another time. But look, this is a learning process for all of us. Ciaran and I always say that the second we walk into the racetrack and we think we know everything and have the perfect strategy, I feel like I would be doomed. But I know your strategy works. It is a better way of thinking, but it's also a better way of betting. But while we sort that out, how about this? Sometimes, why does the assistant hold the horse? Oh man, I have no idea. I'm from New York City. I used to the only horses I saw were the handsome calves in Central Park.
And I grew up in Ireland and Europe, where they just say kind of line up and away you go with a string.
Yeah.
But here, every horse has to have a horse next to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about the tail thing. I'm really not sure. But we can ask somebody and see if we have an answer. So is it official yet? What's going on here?
Frank. We can do our win parlays. Oh, I already did it. $5 win parlay, and it was kind of.
No, not the 5. The 4 won the last race. Just FYI, 4.
Yeah, but the 9, I was looking at the price. It's 5-1, 9-2. It wasn't like a crazy price. So the $5 win parlay, Frank, $198.80, and we got paid $222. So we got paid $25 more. What the takeout 15% on a day when the big money guys were hammering across the board to cover themselves.
Yeah, we saw some really weird betting things, and I think a big part of it was because
They got knocked out.
they weren't alive to the pick 6 at all, right? There was nothing.
No, which is
no combination.
People don't realize how weird that was. Like usually they would have that on some sort of ticket. They did not have that. That Paula doing it again. That Capestro horse screwed them up big today, Frank.
That was early in the card, and there was another price horse that came in too. That paid $222, right? So okay, not bad. I grinded out a small profit thanks to the show, because I didn't have that in my early sequences, early bets.
And I think if I did my math, I only slightly lost a little, but I ended up pivoting and using my other horses that I had on the spread ticket that I got knocked out on, and I just spent $20 and $220, so that covered at least some of the bets. I'm doing the $3 win parlay now for us, Frank. My AI is working correctly, it seems. Oh, geez, that's nice.
So Jay seems to think it's because the horse is creeping forward and might break through the gate, so they hold the tail. I don't know. I'll keep a better eye on that. And just to Matt's point, 3 or 4 doubles in a row can pay terrific. Yeah, you have to have a really strong opinion, though, right? So you have, let's say there's a horse that you think can't lose. You bet the double into the horse, you bet it out. So, yeah, I get it. And I used to do rolling doubles all the time. But I'm more of a bet a little to win a lot person than bet a lot to,
So,
Matt is not afraid to really, really back.
I saw we were looking because we had Steve on the show the day before, and he was playing in the Kentucky Derby betting challenge, and I saw what Matt did for his tournament entries. It was that $3,500 bankroll. He went all in on both tickets on a couple of horses or a couple of bets, and people were like, why did you do that? But man, I've seen Matt when he hits those. Yeah, come catch me, guys.
Yeah, like here, yes. With a given budget, I can make money a few times. Yeah, absolutely. And but here's the thing: I would love to know. I would to put that strategy at work when it's the $5. Does that affect anything at all? The higher minimum, it might even benefit you, right? Because you could, if you have a bigger bankroll, you could play it a lot more times, right? I got it from Terry. Her son borrowed the book, so there you go.
But we could say too, Matt's strategy, and we try to talk to people like the low takeouts. I've had a lot of gamblers, and us too. We've even said it too. Look at the information that we used to always look at, the probables and the will pays, and you can actually tell what you're going to get paid. Sometimes they will get hammered, but the doubles are where you can see where money's hiding. So, if I was only doing a sequence like Matt said, rolling doubles would be what I would do, not pick threes. You can't see what's going on with pick threes by itself.
Yes. because we don't have access to that. Matt just asked for the link, so I'm going to send it to him while Ciaran's doing that.
And I've got
You're not going to stay on for very long, but Matt, if you want to come on for like 5 minutes, introduce yourself, and
and
talk
the
about
win
your
parlay,
strategy.
Frank.
Yeah,
I finished it for the pick 3. We've not seen this before.
it's low.
Pick 3 paid $15.54. The win parlay paid $15.83. But that was a consequence of them hammering every combination under the sun. I think. I think it's been a while.
Yeah, because of the pick 6.
Yes,
right. They were knocked out of the pick 6, so they had to make up their money.
And it wasn't like, I mean, the 4 did go off and pay what it did, but the 4 on the morning line was the third choice. So I get why, I mean, it was third or fourth choice. So I guess it doesn't surprise me. What was the pool? Anyway.
All right, Matt, I just sent you the link. I can tell you the pool, Ciaran. We'll do more analysis after the show because we always like to figure out why something paid more or less than it should have. So the double pool was 349,506.
Wow, almost another record. No, I'm looking at last year's number. Last year would have been the 4th.
Almost a record, yeah. And I don't think it was though, because I think the record was 350 something, but pretty close, man.
Last year, Frank, the double was 207. Good work, guys. We're up 75% essentially, or 60% this year. What
That's
was the pick 3?
unbelievable.
Pick 3?
The pick 3 was huge, 373. Not a record, but pretty close.
Pick 3 was down. It was 384 last year, Frank.
Interesting. So the pick 3 pool was down, and the parlay. Ooh, we got to start tracking. That's very, very interesting. But who won the? Yeah, it doesn't matter. The pick 3. Trying to think who won that race. That was a tough race, wasn't it?
What was the all turf last year? Because maybe they were alive on that bet and didn't have to. Because I didn't see what the all turf.
No, I have to go to another screen for that. Let's go through the pick 4. 552.
Okay. Pick 4 last year was 769, down $250,000.
Pick 5 was 563. 563.
895.
Okay, so double was up massive. I wonder why people were a little reluctant. I mean, still 373 is really good. Pick 6 was 78,000.
Pick 6 was 78.
78,000. Yeah.
It was 905 last year.
How much?
905,000, almost $1 million. Might have been a carryover into last year.
Oh, there had to be like a double carryover, yeah.
So that's what screwed everything up.
Yeah, maybe that might explain why the pick 3 pool was bigger last year. People got knocked out or whatever and came back in the pick 3.
So they paid a 5 out of 6 last year and a 4 out of 6. Oh, no. Yeah, they paid a 5 out of 6 on the pick 6 last year. Do they pay 5 out of 6? I can't remember what these rules on this bet.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so yeah, there was
they
13.
pay a consolation. This isn't a jackpot; it's traditional. So they pay a consolation for 5 or 6, and then they roll it forward. So I'm just trying to look for the all turf. There it is. Okay, Matt's coming on. Let's see. Oh, he's here. I'm going to pop him in, Ciaran. Okay.
All right.
This is a treat, guys. Pay attention to what Matt says. Matt,
I don't know.
What's up?
How are you guys?
Yeah, Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge champion, one of the best live bankroll players ever.
He will teach you how to stick your hand down your pants and find your balls when you're gambling big money. This is the guy.
He has stones to do what he does.
This is the guy who does it. $1 million bet.
But you have to have the bankroll.
Yeah.
Well, I'll jump on that and say, admittedly, one of the tricks to my game was when my wife gave me those balls back. For a long time, she had them in her purse. And it's really once I got permission to play again that I got better.
Yes, I actually agree. My wife did the same thing because my first Breeders' Cup contest, I bought in with my own money, versus doing the feeders and all that. And I remember making that first bet, and I was just like, oh. And then the wife was like, "What are you doing? It's Monopoly money. That's how you got to think about it." And I was like, "Okay." She said it was okay, and then off to the races.
Getting that permission was absolutely huge. It changed everything in terms of playing with fear.
Yes.
Like, you know, I mean, you both know it's a book that's just as much about psychology as it is about, you know, bets and whatnot. It's not so much a handicapping book, but just not playing scared, look, we can talk about this last Kentucky Derby betting challenge. I heard you guys talking about it. I'm still really pleased with the strategy I had.
Oh, I saw what you did.
It didn't work, but a lot of people didn't want to leave the tournament in the fourth race.
Nope.
And I figured I'm getting an unbelievable deal on my favorite horse on the day. It essentially, using a little tourney talk, it turned a 3-hitter tournament, meaning you got to have kind of 3 nice scores. It turned it into a 2-hitter because Splendora was taking so much other action. I got these great prices on my doubles. And for me, sadly, that second half of the double did hit. And my next part of my plan was an all-in push on Rhetorical because I wanted to avoid the Derby. So Ways and Means really, really it really kicked me in those nuts pretty hard, if I'm being honest.
I mean, if I was playing a tournament yesterday, I would have gotten screwed because I was he who shall not be named cost me about 50 G's on my regular gambling with Gold Phoenix.
Ciaran owns a piece of Gold Phoenix, yeah.
I only left ass cheek into Golden Temple. We talked about it on the show at 25-1. I was just shocked. I thought it would go down to 15-1. I mean, I would have made some good money in the tournament, but you know how it is. Ifs and ands. Next.
Yeah.
But one of the things you do, Matt, so well though is you position yourself with strong plays in the tournament, but you also, and this is a mindset that you have to have because a lot of people play the tournament and they play the tournament and that's it. You also complement your tournament plays and strategy with plays outside the tournament.
Yes, and I don't like to call it hedging because it's more, I'd rather call it complementary play. So the exact example from yesterday, yeah, it sounds crazy. Okay, I'm going to hit, you know, I pushed on two entries. Either one would have gotten up to about $18,000. Right, I'm already talking like that's normal. It's not. I don't play those kind of dollars every day. But once you're in the tournament, the units are what the units are, and just play them out. And if I had gotten up to that 18 grand, yeah, I sound like a big shot. I would have shoved on Rhetorical. I also would have had some cash backups in the Rhetorical race. My memory does a very good favor for me by allowing me to forget things very quickly. I can't even remember who the hell else was in that race, but there was one horse that scared me quite a bit, and I would have betted on the side. And I frankly would have betted a little extra, knowing that if my main pick wins, I'm getting all this extra bonus money in the form of prize money and whatnot. So that enables me with my cash betting to a little bit take that prize money into account as I'm calibrating the amounts that I'm playing. So it's a good example. It didn't happen, but if I had pushed with Rhetorical, I know I would have in that example had a few thousand at least on that other thread I was afraid of. So you're right. I'm not some sort of crazy, just Godzilla player that, runs around all in everything. No, I look at races like everybody else, but in tournaments,
right,
you can't always afford to spread. And if you're taking a 5-2 or a 2-1 shot, you probably can't afford to do much else.
But so would it be fair to say that in tournaments and also in your real life play, you're almost strictly a win better and a double better? You don't mess around with exactas or anything like that?
It's funny with Twin Spires, you can look back and see someone's plays. And I am now constantly getting made fun of for when I make exacta or trifecta bets. People just don't think I know how to do that. And it's
well, do you? I don't know.
It's not my preferred style, but
right.
when you get one of these 5 horse races with a 1-2 shot and a 2-1 shot, and you're absolutely positive this is the most certain thing on the day that's going to happen, yeah, I'll probably do straight tries with my 2 tournament entries.
Okay.
And probably play the 3rd or 4th combo on the side. Right? These are not things I do with my normal daily play, but in a tournament, it's perfect. You just got a straight try all in, and there you go. And then I get made fun of for betting the try. And no, I bet the tournament the best way I could.
I'd love to know who makes fun of you, because when I see so many times you kind of got to use the try, because the guys who end up catching you do a crazy try with like all sorts of bombs. And I mean, the amount of times I've lost a tournament because someone did a try and the favorite lost a photo. It's like, yeah.
I gotta say, knock on wood, I don't get snapped a lot. It doesn't.
Yeah. Well, because you create a lead that's so it's insurmountable.
Yeah, and it's also a function a little bit of where I play and how I play. A lot of the tournaments I do, the top prize is the same for the top 3 or 4 people. And so there's a lot of game theory to where you position yourself on the board. If you have a name that's a little spooky to people, and if you have a balance that's a little spooky to people, they may just not mess with you, and they may go for other people. It's tough to know, but in general, you know, when I lose, it tends to be a function of me beating myself, not someone beating me. You know, and it's interesting in the KDBC yesterday. No matter what I would have done, that would have been someone beating me. That was just a higher total than I would have gone for. I wouldn't have thought someone was going to get that big of a number. And so, yeah, that actually is a good example of one where I know for a fact, no matter what I did, I was not winning that thing.
Yeah, he went all in on Golden Tempo, 3,500. I mean,
he did. He's a well-known tournament player, and I don't want to sound critical of what was a great winning strategy, but he tends to be one of these players that hangs around a lot. My sense is he doesn't like getting knocked out very much. I mean, no one does, but I think the kind of thing I did is something he would never do. He often will play both entries pretty similarly, and then at the end of a tournament, he'll just kind of take what he needs to take to get to the number ahead of the leader. And he's one of these guys that'll just end up popping with these 15 or 20-1 shots. I can't think of a more perfect tournament than the Kentucky Derby betting challenge.
Yeah, that is the one where you do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get the luxury of that on a typical Santa Anita Saturday where, that last race might have a 7-5 shot. You don't, I mean, it could be anything. Well, you don't get that in the Derby. And so, yeah, I mean, this one just played right into his hands. I don't even remember who, but I think his other entry had a whole different long shot with the same basic strategy where, yeah, I think he just looked at the board, looked at his balances and said, I need 2 horses at 22-1 or higher. And
you know what I think happened, Frank? He was watching our show and he heard us say, bet the horse. That was our pick when we did the live show yesterday.
Was it really? Wow.
Because I ended up I had So Happy as my top choice, slightly above Golden Tempo, but the only reason we talked about it in the show was it was Mike Smith in the Derby and the sympathy vote for Mark Glatt, who's had a tough year. But when we were on the show, we saw that So Happy continued to get hammered like the early money. And then we were like, this is the one. Like Steve-O was in the contest. Who do you guys like? I was like, Golden Tempo. I actually went up. I actually thought that horse would have gone off at 15-1. So I was kind of shocked that it drifted up in odds. So it ended up being, we should have had more money. I had a monster double for my horse. I mean, looking back, Frank, I should have had Rhetorical as well.
You should have, yeah, because that's who I bet. I didn't think Rhetorical could lose, but
there's such a good lesson here. This was the horse that everyone thought was going to get scratched with quarter cracks.
I know, yeah.
It's great looking back kind of quickly right after the whole thing is over and, just kind of self-critiquing. And I think for people that became experts in the hoof of a horse or the kind of shoe they wear in the case of Renegade, I think people hopefully have learned to just stop trying to become horsemen in the
Right.
last week before the Derby.
Right.
They'll be back with shows
You
next
know
year.
more than Todd Pletcher and Sherry DeVoe. Like, I mean, I'm sure. I know they have feet problems, the horses, but if they're running the horse, I'm okay with that.
Right.
Well, Frank and I, we did earlier shows, to start the Derby trail, and we're like, we never do this. And we even said the first show, we were like, yeah, we're the kind of guys we'll handicap the race 2 days before and then hope the horses get in. And this was another perfect example. Every horse everyone was cheering about.
Yeah.
But they'll still
So
do
look,
it next year.
Matt, we're on the Santa Anita feed, so we have to wrap it up. But we would
that's right.
love to have you back. We can extend our show, have you on early before the low takeout stuff starts. Talk more about strategy.
Anytime.
But you have to stay on and play the $3 late pick 3 and the $5 double with us, because I'd love to see your strategy at play with these low takeout sequences that we do. So you have an open invite to come back, so we'll figure something out. And we appreciate you hopping on, man. What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, no, look, I'm listening to you guys talking about a multi-race sequence, and
Yeah.
just real quickly on that,
Yeah.
my point was not to bet rolling doubles necessarily. It's just to say, with your same exact budget, make a surgical strike here.
Right.
Maybe wait a race if you don't love this next one.
Sure.
Make a surgical strike there. And in the same 5-race sequence, I might have hit 2 or 3 doubles, but each time I'm getting the leverage of my same bankroll. Again, I'm not adding bankroll. I'm the same amount you put on your pick 4 or pick 5, I'm using on these doubles. But if I can turn that a couple times, you can do better than you would have done hitting the theoretically harder bet of the multi-race bet.
Well, the only multi we do now, Matt, is the low take. We do the pick 3 and the double, and then we use you get so much information looking at the doubles, the probables in and out, and then you can see where the money's hiding from the pick 3 and adjust. So that's what we're targeting.
Yeah.
I'll throw this out as a teaser. I have it on good accord that there's a bunch of CAW money out there that is throwing loss leaders into the double pool to throw people directly off the track.
Mm-hmm.
I would start paying more attention to pick 3s and pick 4s.
Yeah, we've noticed that.
No, we do
Pick
use
3
that.
and pick 4 will pays are more
What we
indicative
look at.
of where the CAW money is. Yeah.
We started seeing that back at Del Mar. So whenever we look at the numbers, we look at the pick 3 and then we see what they're doing on the double. And we've actually seen them throw people off to get a carryover on the pick 6 one day. Like we're like, this is trash to get a carryover.
Right, but here's the thing, Matt. They can't do that as much in the $5 late double because it costs a lot more money.
Yes, that helps a lot.
And the $3 minimum in the pick 3 also costs a lot more money. So we feel like we have a little bit of an edge in these pools, especially with the 50% takeout. So that's why we'd love to have you come on and you have a strategy. Like because look, we're figuring this out as we go along, right? We never had a plan for a $5 late double with a $3 late pick 3. We're trying to figure it out. So we would love to have you come on the show and wager with us, talk ticket construction, come up with new stuff. I would love that because if there's one guy who will find the angle, it's going to be that.
Like we might have 6 of the chapters, and you're like, here's 2 more chapters, guys, to add in. Because what we learned was just having the low takeout pick 3 by itself, like they did at Keeneland and Churchill, useless. You got to have the $5 double attached, and that's where both of those bets then give the edge to the player. So
because it's too expensive for the CAWs to set both markets. So that's why and I think if you look at it closely with us on the show, you might find some really good angles that we can exploit going forward until the CAWs finally figure it all out. This has been such a pleasure, man. Matt Miller, ladies and gentlemen, BCBC champion, author of A Better Way of why am I having a brain freeze?
What?
A better way? Is it a better way of thinking?
Hey, Matt, have you seen the review of Frank's book? We have an intern who works for us for beer. Before you go, you got to see his review of Frank's book.
Hey, everyone. I am reading Frank's book. It has the 6 secrets of successful bettors. With these tips, you can't lose. I am reading Frank's book, Chapter 1, Bet All to Get the Winner. Frank's book, Chapter 2, When a Horse Winks at You, Bet It. Frank's book, Chapter 3, scream louder than the guy next to you and your horse will win sometimes. Frank's book, Chapter 4, turning $100 into I will quit tomorrow since 1995. Frank's book, Chapter 5, knowing when to quit, aka the holy grail that every degenerate thinks is a fairy tale told by sober people. Frank's book, Chapter 6, horses don't hate you, they just hate winning when you're betting on them. Frank's book. I thoroughly enjoyed this book and it has made me into the degenerate I am today. I give it an A out of 10.
Oh my, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
We'll have to have him review your book next. So
this is
I'm
coming from a
scared.
guy who's admitted twice on air now that he doesn't read books. So that's why he needed a children's edition.
I do have a beer. Beer book.
I have read your book, Frank, and you know I don't read books.
You just write good, but it's not my book. It's me and Pete. And
I
all
know.
the
I
people
actually have it. I've actually read that one. It's crazy. You can count on less than 10 fingers how many books I've read as an adult. You and Pete, or some combination thereof, or Craig Maloney, I think made up 5 or 6.
Mike Maloney. Yeah, Mike. Now that's awesome. So tell us where we can find your book for everyone out there, and then we're going to wrap it up. But we'll have you back very soon.
Well, you've got it right there on the screen. A Better Way of Thinking. Just take away the spaces. abetterwayofthinking.com. You'll get pointed to the publisher. You can find it on audiobook. I actually recorded it myself. I'm told from people it's really strange hearing it in my own voice. But, that was kind of fun to do. And PTF makes a guest appearance on that.
Really? All
Listen,
right.
you know, in the book, there's a couple other people that I went to to write their stories, and I had him voice them instead of me. So
That's really cool, actually. I like that.
And look, you know that I have integrity. This $5 double, this $3 pick 3, I'm a big supporter. And so it's very easy for me to get on and be supportive and say nice things. These are good bets for bettors. And I'd love to come back.
Yeah, and help us strategize and make money. Like we're figuring out. So Matt Miller, ladies and gentlemen, what a pleasant surprise to cap off an amazing week. We will be back next week. Check out lowtakeoutbets.com. But Matt, I'm going to remove you from the studio and want to have Ciaran sign us off. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Lowtakeoutbets.com. You'll see what we'll probably decide Wednesday. Would you say, Frank? Once we see what the cards are for the weekend when we're going to come on again.
Yeah, we'll pull it out on Twitter, and then we'll probably have Mark Gelding do a video announcement. So just but the best way to get notifications anytime we do a show is to like and subscribe at DoubleTroubleLive.com.
Yeah,
especially our Venezuelan friends out there, because we talk about Jaramillo quite often.
Yes.
All right, take us out, Ciaran.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you sometime next week.
Need a wallet already on life support. They hit me with that low takeout, now I'm feeling kinda sport. 15%, bro, that's basically free money. I'm about to turn $11 into a yacht by Monday. Low takeout best, cha-ching. Double trouble, I'm doing this thing, my pocket's doing the running, man. Low takeout best, what? Bookie's crying in the can. Low takeout best, baby, 3 straight lawns. If this thing hits, I'm buying the whole damn barn. Grass to grass, no dirt in my life. I'm so all turf, I might start photosynthesize. Santa Anita, low takeout got me acting unwise. Told my wife, babe, I'm rich, now she want alimony twice. Double trouble on the mic, we causing the scene. Low takeout was all turf, a retirement dream. If we hit this pick 3, tell the valet keep the change. We're reading lobster tonight on a $12 range. Boom!
Thank you, Santa Anita. Good night.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe to Double Trouble Live on YouTube. Get out, get up, get paid.